Warning: the following podcast show that you're about to listen to will include explicit language and content in which you, the members of the audience, may find offensive. Audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience.
Yeah, boy.
Where anything and everything is a subject matter on the show, and no subject matter is ever taboo.
Damn, that's what's up with you.
And now, your host with the most, Mr. Kim Hoang. Bro, am I getting paid for this?
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How in the world are you? This is your boy, Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, and we're actually cooking up another episode of, that's right, the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. I go by many monikers. I am the Asian sensation. I am the host with the most. I am the man with the plan. I am the man that can bring the power. Less than an hour. You know I'm the voice, and you know I'm the choice. And it's beautiful today. We're here over at the Wasabi Studios in Lansdowne, Maryland, so not far from Baltimore. Shout out to Kimo and Dana and Madeline, who are the inhabitants of Wasabi Studio. We definitely appreciate your generosity, and we appreciate the fact that, you know, you give us a nice little safe space to, you know, exercise our creativity, and that you guys give us your blessing and you support the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. So much love and respect to you guys. I'm not sure where you are right now, but I think it's something where you guys are, you know, vacationing in an undisclosed location. So that's all I'm going to say. Guys, you know, in the tradition of what I've been, you know, following as of late, a lot of people have been contacting me, and they're saying you need to get more guests on your show, you know, because it's a great podcast show, but we need to have more people. We need to have people on there that have a creative medium, you know, no matter what they do creatively, as long as creativity is a part of that process, we want those kind of individuals. And after reading the emails and reading the Twitters now known as X and, you know, private messages and so forth, guys, I get the memo. I got it. I got it. Which thank you. You know, again, when you guys throw in suggestions by any means, whether if it's an email or a private message or something, don't think that I don't sleep on it. I seriously take these things into heart. And that's important to me because, you know, without you guys, I don't really have a good like point to follow in the GPS. So you guys, you know, kind of help me guide it. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you. Like I've always said, that this is not only my podcast, but it is your podcast. You know, this is the podcast for the people. I do it for you guys. And it's a great way for me, like my acting, to express my creativity. And I love it. I would never throw it away. This is something that I'm very passionate about. And I love doing this. And as long as you guys want me to still do this, I will still keep on doing it until the wheels fall off and I literally can't do it anymore. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, my little soliloquy, if you will, let's jump right into it, guys, because I have today a special guest who's actually in our Zoom room. Now, you know, for, you know, all intents and purposes, let me explain this real quick. Usually sometimes if somebody's in the area, I like to make it a rule of thumb to try to make it where we would meet in person and we would do the interview face to face, because that way sometimes in the technological sense, there's not going to be an issue. You know what I mean? Because it's hands on, it's, you know, in real time, in human time. You know, Zoom room, which is Zoom. Sometimes we can't help that because there might be some people that are living far away in the United States or in another part of the world. And, you know, you can't really help the fact that, you know, you can't make it in person. So this is what we have. And, you know, thank God for technology because we come a long way. It's really awesome. So she's in the Zoom room. And let me read a little bit of what I know about this young lady. obviously an actress, a longtime actress that's been in the art for as long as she can remember. She's a graduate of James Madison University in the 2024 year with a degree in theater, which she graduated with a summa cum laude and a double concentrations in theater performance and theater studies. While she was in her collegiate career, she accidentally stumbled into the film acting industry of the DMV. And she's known mainly for doing horror films and so forth, but she's willing to open up and diversify to any other style, so like Bruce Lee, she's not connected to one style, she's, very more open to try other styles and try to formulate her own style of what she thinks acting is all about. Now, if you're wondering, well, what has she done? What is she doing? What movies she's been in? What is she doing now? I did check that out on IMDb. She's been in a short called Unseen Tensions. She's been in a project called Following. Currently in production, These Things and Ghostbusters Virginia, Don't Make Me Laugh, which is a short. In 2025, she will be in Bloody Summer Camp 2, Red Horizon, and Amityville Barbie, the movie. And she is here with us right here, coming all the way live, I think, from the VA area of the DMV. We're glad to have her for the one time, ladies and gentlemen. I bring to you from the interwebs in our Zoom room, Jordan Hundley is in the hizzy. Jordan, what's going on, hun? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I just hope that what I read was accurate and it served you justice.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah.
Nice. So you're actually from Virginia, like Nova?
Yeah, Fairfax.
Nice. Oh man. If there's places that I like in Fairfax, I like the Old Shebeen.
I live right near Old Town. I love the Old Shebeen.
No, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not far from the Hard Times Cafe.
No.
Dude.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh my God, we could have done something over there live with all the noise in the background and stuff like that. That could have been cool. No, that's what's up. I like it. Have you now? Let's just start from the beginning. Were you born and raised in Fairfax your whole life? Are you like?
Yeah. So
okay.
I was born in the Fairfax area, technically Centerville, but like on the Fairfax border.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Chantilly High School.
Okay.
So, and then now I live in Fairfax Oakton area. So a little more what you think of when you say Fairfax.
Right. No, yeah. I know the Oakton area.
Fairfax is huge. So.
Yeah, Fairfax is huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have a Fairfax Mall back in the day. I don't know what's going on with that.
Fair Oaks Mall's there. Yeah, that's
Fair
there.
Oaks Mall. Okay. Is there still like a lot of like stores in that mall, or is it like
kind of? It's no Tyson's, but it's still a mall. It's still there. It's not as empty as like Dulles or like Manassas.
Oh,
like
man.
Dulles is gonna get closed in a few years, but Fair Oaks, it's a good sized tiny mall.
Right on.
Tyson's crazy. So.
Right on. I see that you have a little bit of like a artwork in your background there. It looks like some kind of like sun or a mask or something.
Yeah, that's a tapestry because we moved in July to this apartment and it was really empty, and that's from my college apartment. So we just put it up. It doesn't actually match the room, but it's cool. It
kind of reminds me of Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
So I was looking at that. I was like, no way. If she's a Zelda kid, we're going to be good friends.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, we're still cool. Cool.
I know a good bit about it from cosplay because I cosplay, but I never played.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this. We'll start from the genesis of things. You just confirmed that you were, all your life you lived in the area, the Fairfax area. We know that you've been acting for a very long time.
Yeah, for over 10 years.
For over 10 years. But before that, when you were like, let's say like a kid coming up in the world, I mean, like what kind of person were you? Were you like a very sociable kid? Were you a shy kid? Were you an athletic kid?
So, yeah, it's actually funny. Up until I was like 5 or 6, was super shy. The doctors called me selectively mute because I just wouldn't talk to most people. I only talked to my mom, and it was probably just insane anxiety. But then when I was like 5 or 6, my twin sister got cancer, and she's totally okay now. But all of the chaos of her having cancer, I had to start talking to like advocate for myself. So then I became really social.
Okay.
So I would say from like kindergarten on, I was super social.
Nice.
Yeah. And like really artsy. I thought I was going to be a painter. Because I was really good like with my hands.
Was sports ever in your world or not?
Yeah,
not
I played soccer for 12 years.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was a soccer player for a really long time. Because it was the sport my dad did, so we put my sister and I in it when we were really young. And then I played it all the way through the end of high school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So nice. I kind of always did both. And even today, I don't play soccer anymore, but I rock climb.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've always done sports and arts.
Were you midfield?
I was right wing.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was really good at crossing the ball. And my favorite technique of kick and run, because I'm really tall, so I was fast. Faster than all the other little girls. So I would, instead of passing it or like dribbling, I would just kick it and run.
Oh, wow.
Kick it and run and then shoot. So I always just played right wing.
When you say you're tall, what is your current height right now?
So I'm 5'7" right now, but I've been 5'7" since I was 10.
Ooh.
I was a 5'7" fifth grader. So I have not grown since then, but I was a good like head taller than everybody else growing up.
I would imagine so.
Stopped. So I'm not that tall anymore. I'm still tall for a girl, but I was huge as a kid.
I would say that 5'7", where you are right now, that's, I would say, higher than average for a standard woman's height. You know what I mean? As far as I know.
Yeah. No, it's above average.
Right on. So let's talk about the journey. I mean, talk us through it a little bit. I mean, when did you actually, discover acting to the point where you looked at it and you were like, wow, this is pretty rad. This is something that I really would like to possibly pursue in the long run.
Yeah. So I discovered acting in 7th grade. So I was 12. Yeah, 12.
Okay.
And it wasn't even like plays or anything like that. It was an improv team. I was on an improv team in middle school. And then it wasn't till the end of my 8th grade year that I was like, I'm going to audition for a show. And that show was Shakespeare. So my first show ever was A Midsummer Night's Dream. And then I fell in love with classical theater, so Shakespeare and stuff. And then when I got to high school, they didn't offer classical theater. So I specialized in children's theater. So I started in children's acting. So very big, goofy, large characters on stage. And then I finally got back into classical acting like 3 years later. In my junior year of high school, I stopped doing high school shows and started doing community and professional theater. And I did a bunch of Shakespeare, and then I was in the nation premiere of The Wolves by Sarah Delap, which was more of a alternative style show, or nation premiere with an age-appropriate cast. It's about 16-year-olds. Okay. But the show had been done once with a bunch of 20-year-olds. So I was in the nation premiere of the age-appropriate cast. And then that's when I realized I wanted to do it for my life. So then when I went to college, I majored in theater. I thought I was going to always be on the stage. Until sophomore year, I got nodes. So I had nodules on my vocal cords from overuse because I was always doing shows. I was doing shows year round in the summer, singing all the time. I also acted, like I was a character actor for children's parties. So I was always talking, always singing. And I blew out my vocal cords from not resting. So then I had to take a break from stage acting because I couldn't maintain my voice enough to do like 6-week shows. So that's how I accidentally fell into film because I was bored. And I was like, well, film, I don't have to project. I'm not talking to 500 people at once, and I'm not doing the same thing every day. So I joined a bunch of Facebook groups in like 2023 for film and just started auditioning for things. And then I landed Heg's Heart, which was part of the 1031 Part 4 horror anthology. And that was my first film. It was in 2023. Yep. And to this, now I have 15 films on my belt. I'm doing 10 more in 2025. Wow. Yeah, I've worked a lot. I've worked really fast. Yeah, jeez, so girl. I did 2 films in 2023. I did 13 films in 2024, short films and full length. a few 48-hour festivals. How many features? I think 4 features this year, and I've got like 4 next year.
Wow.
Yeah, busy.
You're definitely keeping it on the ball. Like you only know one speed, which is go.
I love to work because my mentality is since I got into film kind of late, like not that late. I was 20 when I did my first film, and now I'm 22. But you look at all these people that have made it in the industry, and most of them were either nepo babies or child actors. So in my mind, I have to catch up to where they are, because if I don't get into like bigger stuff until I'm like 35, 40, then in my I'm trying to rush my way to do.
I got you.
For my own personal goals.
I got you. I got you.
But I love to work. Film is just so fun. It's so different than stage, and I still do a little bit of stage acting when I can, but I still have notes. So I still have to be really careful with my voice. But I did a show back in April. That was my final show, and then I did like a live horror thing this year. For Halloween. So yeah, that's kind of where I am.
Let me ask you this: have you ever, as an actor, coming up in theater, were you just doing like theater, like non-musicals, or were musicals also on the menu?
In high school, musicals were there, but I was always in the ensemble because I was not the strongest singer. And in college, my program, I went to James Madison University. They had acting and they had musical theater. They were 2 separate majors. I was in acting, so I wasn't allowed to do the musicals. Not that I wasn't allowed, I wouldn't have gotten in. Anyone could audition, I would not have gotten in because I wasn't in their major. Right. But for 6 years, I've still do the party entertaining. I'm still a party princess and a party superhero, so I sing all the time.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so I do sing. I'm no like Idina Menzel. I would never be the lead on Broadway, but I can hold a tune.
Hey, I mean, holding a tune, that's better than what most people can do. I can't hold a tune to save my life.
I'm a better singer than I am dancer. I'll say that.
Okay.
I sing better because I can't dance.
Now, I'm reading your mini biography on IMDb.com. It says that you have been associated with a couple of companies in theater, Next Stop Theater Company. Yep.
That's who I did The Wolves with in 2019.
City of Fairfax Theater Company.
Yep, love them. That's who I've done all my Shakespeare with.
Yep, and you have been a professional live atmospheric actress for Stupendous Events LLC for 6 years.
Yep, that's the character acting. I'm also the operations manager of the company, so I run it now.
Wow. Holy man.
It's my baby. Me and the owner run it.
Wow, that's awesome. So, I mean, you've been acting for quite a while. It took you to the point where you graduated with a degree in theater from James Madison University. And it said here that you accidentally stumbled into the acting industry of the DMV. Mm-hmm. Like, explain that story. Like, what happened there? Like, how did you accidentally stumble on it? That
was when I got sick. So when I got nodes and they were like, you can't do plays for 6 months. And I was like, it was like 3 months in and I could like kind of talk again. But I was like, I'm bored. So that's when I started joining Facebook groups and I booked Haig's Heart. And then after Haig's Heart, I was like, I want to do more of this. So I just posted my headshot in one of the group chats. And I was like, I want to work. And then I got so many DMs. And then, so many DMs. And then when I booked my first feature with Matt Anderson, actually, it was These Things. I had not done much work at all. And then he posted me and was like, this is her. And everyone's like, who is that? We've never heard of her. And now I'm kind of everywhere. Not everywhere. I've just done a lot of little roles kind of everywhere.
Right.
Making my way around the DMV. And also now I've done a film in Raleigh. I do work in Charlottesville. I've done work up in Pennsylvania. Super cool. A lot of work.
Traveling actress. Yeah.
I've not traveled to the West yet. I want to go to the West.
Is that the ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal is I want to shoot something in LA or Atlanta. But for now, with indie film, with the budget they have, because usually they cannot cover much travel,
Right.
I like being able to stay within driving distance.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. But what was it that that made you go, like, as soon as, like, you discovered local film acting in our area?
Mm-hmm.
What was that one moment where you're like, man, I think I should stick with this because there's something good here. Like, it seems like a good resource.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of like one moment. I don't know if it was just one moment or kind of an overall feeling of like I was stage acting my whole life where everything is just a little bit bigger and heightened from reality. Mm-hmm. And then switching to film is never easy when you're stage trained first because you have to learn to push everything back in. Nothing can be big, nothing can be huge. So I think it was one of the first times I watched something I had filmed back and I was like, oh, that's so real. I like doing that. I like making real stories. I like being a real person. Well, now that stage isn't a real person, but you're a person put on, I'll say. And then in film, it's more like you are inside a person. And I just found that fit me so much better. And then specifically to the DMV, it was when I discovered how much work there actually is here. Because all throughout college, everyone, like, I was obviously in theater, so all the people are talking about stage. But they're like, when you graduate, it's Chicago, New York, or LA. Where are you going to go? And then when I realized how much work there was here, and I was like, oh, I can come back to like the DC area after graduation. Amazing. I love it here. I grew up here.
Yeah.
Not going to say it's cheap here, but it's cheaper than New York, Chicago, or LA.
Yeah. I mean, unless you know somebody like a family member that lives in any of those cities, you're going to be paying up the wazoo, and the expenses are like literally from here and all the way up.
The industry is so saturated there with new people trying to break in that if I can get my foot on the ground here and get like dozens of films under my belt here and get a solid reel and resume together, then it'll just, whenever I do decide to make the jump and try to act in any of those places, it'll make it just a little easier.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like a step forward.
Let's rewind back a little bit because you actually threw in a very good point where, and I'm going to ask this to you. And then I know you already acknowledged it, but let's acknowledge it again. There is a stereotype where a lot of people think that acting is acting, and that when you come from, an acting background of coming from theater and you're going in transitioning into film, that basically it's the same thing in the transition. Easy.
It's so different.
Now you say that it's so different. Explain to us, specifically, if you can.
Yeah.
Why is it different? How is it different? Why are the two leagues not the same?
Yeah, I've had to explain this a lot because a lot of people, especially in the DMV acting industry, don't come from stage. Right. They go straight into film, or like they stumbled into it with friends. So acting on stage in the biggest form is like in a big proscenium theater. You're acting for the person in the back of the house. You're acting for the 500 people here, but more specifically, you're acting for the person way in the back because you want them to see your expressions. So when you're happy, you're not just like, oh yay, happy. You are happy. Your whole body is engaged in that happiness, so it reads 100 feet away. Mm-hmm. When you're angry, it's not just in your eyes. If you're just acting with your eyes on stage, no one can see you. Your physicality has to get angry. So acting on stage is full body emoting. I did in real life. People would be like, why is she so crazy? She's nuts. But on stage, it looks great. Also, like on stage, when you're talking to the person next to you, I can't turn like this because then you're losing my face. So there's this, you're always cheating out on stage, which just is a little bit unnatural, and you train yourself into it. So yeah, there's just a lot of little things you train yourself into. You train yourself into heightened emotions. You train yourself into physicality, emoting. Like one of the warm-ups I remember doing in like high school, that I'm also a theater teacher now, that I teach my fourth graders, is like walking different emotions. Like walking happy is like broad chest out, walking angry is like that, walking nervous is like super folded in on yourself. So it's a lot more full body engagement, whereas acting on film is the opposite. You're not acting for somebody 100 feet away, you're acting for a camera, which might be a foot away from your face.
Okay, yeah.
So it's the proximity of where you're trying to emote to, but also being a real human again. Because on stage, you're this heightened version of a human. Whereas on film, you're a human. It's a slice of life. You are a person. So internalizing everything, I always have to repeat back to myself because I'm stage trained, like, this is just a conversation. I'm just having a conversation. Don't do something you wouldn't do if you're talking to any random person on the street. And it's a lot more of just your eyes. But also like marks. Like if you're doing a close-up, I can't move my whole body. It's just my face. So learning to internalize and minimize everything from stage. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's just the proximity of where you're acting to.
I got you.
But yeah.
So, wow, being that you're a graduate of James Madison University, theater, with a degree in theater, summa cum laude, double concentrations. I mean, did you have like the full on like college experience that you wanted to, or
yes,
did you feel like I could have done more in college and like done so many bad things?
Yes and no. I started college in 2020. I went to college in the middle of COVID. My first year was at home. I did not have a first year. I was online, and it was just bad. I went back for finals. Like I was there like the first week of the fall semester, and then they were like, everyone leave. And then I was like, okay, cool, bye. And then I came back like at the end of the spring for finals. But I got a ton of credits out of the way. So that's the way I would say I didn't have a full college, because I kind of only felt like I was there for 3 years. But I'm grateful that JMU had a BA in theater and not a BFA. So I was still required to take 32 gen eds. Credits of gen eds. I was required to take a lot of gen eds outside of my major. So I didn't only do theater for 4 years. I took a lot of science. I took a lot of history. I took English. For a little bit, I was a double major with poli-sci and then with film. I ended up dropping both of those because I ended up being a double major in theater. I was in a sorority for 3 years. I had to drop it because I was too busy. My senior year, I was filming a film during recruitment, and I had to miss recruitment. And I just ended up dropping because of it. I was just too busy. I was never there. Senior year, I was commuting home every weekend for projects. So yeah. So I would say I had a full college. It was a rural school, so the only thing you really did on the weekends was go to parties. So yeah, I got a lot of education. I went to parties. I was in a sorority for a hot sec.
What sorority were you a member of?
Zeta Tau Alpha.
Oh, wow.
I was a Zeta. Yeah, I was the only theater major.
Is it true what they say that sororities and fraternities have like a secret handshake?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
We did. Yeah, I even lived in the sorority house my sophomore year. It was crazy. It almost felt out of place. Like I said, I was the only theater major. I was the only person in the School of Theater to be in a sorority. Actually, no, that's not true. There was a minor. There was a girl with a minor in theater. That wasn't a sorority. But it was like, this is the biggest joke. I'd go back to my sorority house and be like, oh, theater girl's back. I'd go to theater and they're like, oh, sorority girl's here. Like,
oh, God.
I would say I had a pretty good, well-rounded college experience.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't totally miss it. It was a lot of, because I didn't like the town, but.
Is it true that they say that once like you become a member of a sorority or fraternity, then basically you're in forever? Like, you know, it's like a lifetime membership. Like
you'd think, but then I found out that if you wanted to like call yourself an alumni, like I didn't even graduate with Zeta. I dropped it before I graduated. But if you graduated with Zeta, in order to be like, I'm still a member of Zeta, you had to pay alumni fees.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I wouldn't even, if I did not drop, even if I did stay in it till graduation, I couldn't say I still was one unless I continued paying those membership fees. So it's crazy. No.
Oh man.
It was fun, but it was crazy. It was a lot of money and a lot of work.
Right on. Well, I mean, they usually say when you have, when you're in a fraternity or sorority that you make connections, and those connections stick with you for a very long time in life.
You'd think, but I don't talk to a single one of them anymore.
Wow.
See, the part of the reason when I dropped, it wasn't like, I didn't drop like gracefully. I kind of just stopped showing up. And then they were like, Jordan, we need your money because you're missing too much. And I just kind of ghosted my way out. So I didn't leave on the best terms.
Oh, man.
And like when you drop, it's almost like oh my God, she left. Like...
I mean, hey, it is
So,
what
yeah.
it is, man. You know,
I don't talk to many of them anymore. Like I have them on like Instagram and stuff, and they'll like my posts. But no, my real friends from college were like my roommates
Okay.
and like
Okay.
my theater friends. Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and segue into another situation where you are actually affiliated with Matt L. Anderson and
Yeah.
P13 Films,
Yes.
where you are an associate.
Yeah, I was the lead in these things as Sandra, and then Matt and I kept working together, and my double concentration in college was dramaturgy, which means I studied theater and I studied words. So I was helping him with his scripts. He would send me scripts, and I would help him with either plot stuff or making it sound more real, or anything that's like set in a period. A dramaturg's job is to make sure it's correct. Like Bridgerton, for example, has a dramaturg that makes sure everything is set correctly for that time and that place. So I was using some of the skills I learned from dramaturgy to help him write his scripts. And then I'm starring in Following in 2025, but I'm also the executive producer on it because I helped write it and I helped cast it. And same with Quattro. I was just an executive producer because I helped cast it and helped write it. But then I am now also playing Natalie in it. I am also a supporting role in it now.
Oh, nice.
We didn't think that was going to happen, and then I got it. So, yeah. And I was literally with him yesterday because I'm helping review a bunch of his other scripts now. Got some new headshots done by him.
Oh, right on. Right on.
Yeah. So I work very closely with Key 13.
Nice. And you know, the listing of like the fellow associates in here, I mean, it's kind of like in the sports analogy, it's like, you know, basically like the all-star team, because you got Tom Toohey,
Yup.
Cammie Miles, Amanda Megan, who is an alumni of our podcast.
Yeah, I
she was
love Amanda.
Yeah, she was a recent guest on our podcast show. You know, love her to death. She's a cool person, real cool person. I want to state that for the record. Craig Sturts, Brandon Salisbury, Rick Germain. I love Rick. That's my dude right there. I love Rick.
Awesome.
And Matt Burns. Just to name a few. Just to name a few. It's definitely like the dream team for you guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. What is it like working with Matt? I mean, is he like a real nice guy to work with?
Yeah.
Is he fair? Does he like run a tight ship?
No, he's super patient, super fair, super organized. That's one of the reasons I like working with him, because sometimes with like low budget indie films, it's like it can be a hot mess. I've had a few hot messes. But he runs a very organized, professional, and safe set. I love working with him because I feel so comfortable on his sets. I've never had a problem on one of his sets, except one time I tripped and fell, but that was literally just because I tripped on a carpet. And it did make it on. It was filmed.
Nice.
Yeah, but no, he does a very good set, and he's an awesome writer. Yeah, great director, good writer, great photographer. Now that he's taken my photos several times.
Oh, you did email me?
I did. I emailed you the new headshot this morning.
Was that from him? Did he?
That was yesterday. Yeah, he did those yesterday.
God bless him, man. Good
yeah,
guy.
He does really good work.
I you know what? I've known him to be a director, a writer, and a producer. I never would have thought that he was a man that was a master of the Nikon camera.
Yeah, no, he's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I might have to talk to him, see if he can get me on something, you know, like
great. Yeah,
like, you know, hey, can you at least let's start with a headshot and we can work our way up. I mean, you know, I like to look pretty cool, like, you know, all your fellow associates too. Can you get me a little GQ moment? Thank you very much. Well, let me ask you this, because I've recently asked a lot of people in the acting industry about this, and I think it's important that we talk about this and start having some kind of advocation about it when it comes to like the drama, you know, in our industry, you know, the set and everything. And let me give you an example, paint you a picture, you know. Here's the canvas. About to put in the first brush stroke. You know, we have to admit there are a lot of great talented actors in our industry. You know, there are some people that specialize in something and can do it very well more than others, and then there's some that, you know, you're like, oh wow, I didn't think that you could do that. But then there's some actors out there that, you know, come out to the set and they always give people a hard time, like, you know, their poop don't stink, and they think that they're God's gift to the world, or like, you know, hey, you know, you should be blessed to have my time. You know, I'm not on your time, you're on my time. Or they might, or those same actors will, you know, think like, hey, you're beneath me because, you know, I am who I am, and, you know, I've done these projects. Or they just want to, you know, cause unnecessary drama for no other reason than, you know, maybe sheer enjoyment. You know, what is your take in response to that? Because honestly, to me, I'm just like, dude, that's a bunch of BS, and you know it. And it's really sad that not many people, you know, call you out on it, because it's just wrong, and everybody knows it's wrong.
Yeah, I have run into my fair share of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've run into them on film sets, but I also went to school with a lot of those people.
Right.
So unfortunately, that's just a lot of actors in general. And I don't know where we get our egos from. We're in the hardest industry. We're in the hardest industry where 90% of people fail. So I don't know where anyone comes in with an ego that hasn't like made it big, I guess. Sorry, my boyfriend is faking an ego right now. He's over there like,
hey, what's up, boyfriend? How you doing? I'm just interviewing your girlfriend on my podcast show, man. There are no ill wills.
Yeah, no, he's being goofy. He's also an actor.
Right on.
But yeah, no, I've run into my fair share of those people. And it's funny you talk about like if somebody would stand up to them, and so much I want to talk to them and say something. But I have two opinions on why I don't and why I won't. One is I'm a baby in this industry. I am super new, especially in the DMV. Like, I only started this like a year and a half ago. I am not willing to have drama because I'm not willing to blacklist myself or risk my reputation like a year and a half in for stand. I know it's stupid to say like, oh, stand up for yourself, risking your reputation, but like, I don't know who's connected to who. If I still go up to somebody and I'm like, hey, tone it down, you're not hot shit. How do I know that person's not going to go online and be like, Jordan Hundley told me I suck? Like, so I don't stand up to them because I'm not willing to risk my reputation. I feel like I'm so new here. I don't want to mess anything up too soon, but I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I could just like, could call them out. Because there's a lot of people, unfortunately, with egos through the roof.
Well, I mean, if I can interject here, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, you're no person's punching bag. You know what I mean? You don't have the label Everlast on your chest. You know, you are not meant to take and absorb all of these punches and blows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be in that position to do that. So in my opinion, I understand where you're coming from, but my opinion is that if somebody's pushing you, you got to push back, because if you don't push back, then people will think that you're, you know, a person that they can just walk over like a carpet, and you're just like, again, you know, you're beneath me rather than like you're, you know, in front of me and on the same level.
Yeah, I've run into a good bit of, I would say like not older actors, but just people older than me, which is almost everyone around here.
Seasoned people.
Sorry, Charlie's laughing at that comment. Just assuming I've like never been on a film set when I show up and feeling the need to be like, when I say action, you can go. Like, no, I know how to do this.
Right.
I went to school for this.
Right.
I've been doing it for a while. But usually the second I like actually start working with people, they'll stop that for the most part. Usually where I run into the egos is like, it's always the people that don't learn their lines. It's always the people that show up to set with a script and then like mess up their lines and are like, oh, I don't need to know them. We'll just do it take by take. Like, that's what I'm into more, is just those people causing problems for the whole crew.
The only thing that really gets me is like, let's say, for example, there's an actress who is there to be the face. You know what I mean? She's got a beautiful look, like physically a beautiful look, right? But can't hold a line for anything, but yet it still revolves around her. So, even though you're doing a good job, she's still going to try to make you feel like really low, or like those quote unquote established actors that, have done things and feel like, well, you should give me my respect. And I feel like, buddy, I'm sorry, but respect is earned. I'm not going to give it to you, So if you think that I'm just going to give it to you like everybody has in your life, you got another thing coming, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least that's the way that I take it. Cause I guess I take it and approach it in the way of the old school. Cause, I'm older and I'm seasoned. So I've lived to see many things throughout my years in life and in acting. So yeah, that's how I go by it.
Nice.
And for anybody who actually just heard a dog bark, that is a dog that lives in the Wasabi Studios. He is a French bulldog by the name of Monk. We love him. So Monk, shout out to you, buddy. We love you, man. Big animal lover here. You know what I mean? So gotta love all my dogs. Love cats, but I'm allergic to them.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like I'm allergic to eating shrimp.
No, not shellfish.
Well, just that shellfish.
Really? Only shrimp. That's crazy.
Yeah, I missed out in life. So yeah. But that's all good. That's all good. You said that you've been involved in a lot of acting projects, including film. Although IMDb has listed that.
Yeah, IMDb doesn't have all of them.
Yeah, it says that you are only in 6, but
yeah, I did.
I'm willing to talk about them. I'm willing to talk about them though. Like, again, like, like I said,
a lot of them aren't on IMDb because they're not, we just finished like all of them were filmed in 2024 and the directors want to wait till they're done to put them up.
Like, what's the holdup?
They just don't want to put them up in pre-production. Because I've got 3 with the same company that are waiting till they're done to put them up on IMDb. And then I've got a 48-hour that is currently actually just won. It just won the whole competition. And now it's in another film festival competition. So they're waiting till it's done in the film circuits to put it up.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was super cool.
Like Unseen Tensions is a short. You were involved in that. You were involved.
Yeah, I literally shot that last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. With Robert Costner.
You were involved in Following.
I will be, yeah. Following is shooting this March through November.
Okay. We've already talked about These Things.
Yep.
Bloody Summer Camp 2. Like
we just wrapped on that.
I just saw the first one.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that one of my good friends, Kay Leahy, was in that.
I love Kay.
Kay's a good person. Another person
with me too.
Another person that I've had on my podcast show, and she is such a delight. Like she's definitely so
sweet.
Yeah, she definitely lights up the room. And I think it's just with her, positive attitude and aura. I'm just like, man, you could make the darkest room shine so bright with your attitude.
Yeah.
It is so awesome, dude. And like I wish I could even have like at least 5% of what you have. It's flipping incredible. Like totes.
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like being in a sequel of Bloody Summer Camp?
Crazy, because that's the set that we had like 6 celebrities. It was like Felicia, like, oh my God, I'm going to blank all their names, of course, because I'm about to talk about them. Let me just pull up the IMDb before I mess up one of their names.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's all good.
It was just crazy working with them because these are people I grew up watching on TV. And freaking crazy. Yeah, like Felissa Rose, Dave Sheridan, Nathan Basil. Those were the big ones, which is just crazy working with them because I remember watching Felissa Rose in movies when I was like 15. So working with her was super cool. But Bloody Summer Camp is also, I think, the biggest production I've been. It's definitely the most funded. It was definitely had the most money going into, well, the film, at least for film, because I've done some commercial work that crazy.
Okay.
Money. But yeah, the biggest indie film I've done is Bloody Summer Camp 2, and it was awesome. Shooting at the summer camp was so fun. That's one of the only films I've done where all the people that are supposed to be like teenagers with me were actually young with me. So that the bond I have with the other counselors is super special because all of them were in the same boat as me. We were all pretty new to the scene. Some of them were still in college. I went to college with one of them. Like me and Andrew, JMU buddies, even though I never met him.
The only person that besides you in this cast that I recognize is Rick Germain.
Yeah. It's a lot of, so Michael McGlynn was also in the first one, is that just him in it? Zachary was in the first one too. But yeah, all the counselors were all new, because it's set like 20 years later. It's set in the 90s.
Right. Whereas before it was like,
in the 80s.
80s. Okay.
Yeah, we're like 15 years after the original. We're like the new set of counselors that come in.
Oh, the new generation.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Was a very, very, very fun project to shoot.
Now you can actually correct me if I'm wrong or not, and I'm sorry. Again, my sources. I'm reading on my IMDb app.
Mm-hmm.
Blood and Breakfast and the Deceit That Binds.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. What's going on with those things?
Blood and Breakfast was one of the first things I shot with Absurd Productions with Mark Burns, and I was only in a flashback. I just got hatchet to the stomach. I shot for like one day, and I was in like 5 minutes of it, but it was really fun. They're a very fun group to work with.
All right.
And, yeah, Deceit That Binds was actually a 48-hour film festival we did, and it's up there because it was like a year ago. That competition is long over, and I shot that with the State Works production company, Michael Cunningham's group.
Ooh, I see some people that I've recognized here. Let's go ahead and read it. Amanda Megan, I think that she was in it. Let me see who else was there. Kay Leahy, Rick Germain, Jesse L. Green, Matt Burns, Mel Heflin, George Stover. Oh, the stove! I love the stove. I worked with him on a few projects, but yeah, George. Like, man, when you're working with a George Stover, that's almost as much as like saying, hey, I got to go ahead and share the baseball field with the likes of like Mickey Mantle. You know what I mean? Like he's just a legend, an OG.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. So what else is going on in the horizon for like in terms of your acting? Like what can we expect?
Bloody Summer Camp 2 is shooting in 2025. Very excited for that. I play Barbie's younger sister. Because I'm not a blonde. Also shooting super soon is Barbara with V2 Productions, Matt Cloud. I'm playing Barbara, which is super cool because so it's a prequel to the original Night of the Living Dead with the original actress from that movie, and she's in the opening, and she's obviously like, I think she's like in her 70s now, but I'm playing her. I'm playing young her, which is super, super, so freaking cool because I love her.
Nice.
So that's shooting soon. Quattro, I'm surprised that's not on IMDb yet. I think it's because we just announced casting like a week ago. But Quattro with Matt Anderson. I just got a supporting role in that. I'm playing Natalie. That'll come out soon. I've got another short film I did called Last Shift with Wrong Neighborhood Productions. That's in the film circuit right now, and soon it'll be out. It's been in the film circuit for like 6 months now. What else? I'm in the middle of shooting a comedy called Trailer Trash in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Wow.
Very funny. It's like my first and only comedy I've done. It's very funny. I play Trailer Trash. I just shot a sci-fi down in Charlottesville literally 2 weeks ago called Mandius that's coming out. It's me and a robot. Turkey Interrupted is the one that just won the film festival that is now on a different film festival. What else? What am I missing? Other things I'm like allowed to talk about because I have some things that haven't been announced yet.
If you can't divulge too much, then
that I'm like allowed to talk about.
Right. I was about to say if you can't divulge that, then don't risk it for the sake for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think that's it that I'm allowed to talk about.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's
Very
go back.
cool.
Let's go back a little bit because I want to go back to something that you said earlier. You had said that, and you have acknowledged that you are known primarily as being like a horror kind of
Yeah.
actress.
Most of what I've done is horror.
Now let's start with this. Was horror like your favorite genre that you just said, you know what, I'm going to be a horror actress? Is that
So-
why that, you know, it was happening in that way?
Kind of. I kind of also fell into it because when I was in high school in October, I was part of this live professional show on a battlefield where we played Ghosts of the Civil War, and I screamed in it. And that was in 2018, and I won an award for that scream. So I thought it'd be funny to make a scream reel. So my acting reel of screams. And that just kind of spiraled into, because I would send it to the horror castings and then I'd get it. And then I've been in several horror movies now where I've had to scream. So my scream reel is now longer and better than ever before. So I kind of fell into that scream queen role because of that. I was pushing myself into horror because I thought I had a foot in the door for it already. And I love doing it. I love being scared. I like acting scared. I like being covered in prosthetics and blood. I've been the ghost in one film. In Haig's Heart, I come back as the ghost and I kill people. So that was fun.
Would you ever transition from like the horror genre to like another genre of acting?
Yeah, that's actually what I'm trying to do right now. Because Following is a drama, Quattro is a sci-fi, Deshotmandius, that was a sci-fi, Trailer Trash is a comedy. I am trying to branch out. I've got another drama coming up, the one I can't talk about yet. So yeah, I've got a good bit. I'm trying to get more dramas because having my degree in classical acting, dialogue is what I love. Like, I love words. I want to say more words on screen, and horror is mostly like gimmicks, screaming, running, physicality. So I'm looking to actually like showcase that I can act with more dialogue. That's why I'm super hyped for Following, because Following is so dialogue heavy and my character is crazy.
Right on.
So yeah, I'm trying to branch out.
Nice. Hopefully, I mean, it seems that you have done a lot in your acting, life, throughout life, and to this point, that it's like, hey, I'm kind of prepared to, to take on anything, when it comes to like acting, whether if it's, if it's a comedy, if it's a romance, if it's a, heavy dramatic movie or something like that. Yeah, I feel like, you're the type of person that would just say, okay, bring it on. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. I say yes to a lot. That's one of my things so far is I've been trying to say yes to every role I've gotten. If I can make it work, obviously. So yeah, I'm always up for a challenge. That's like how Quattro came about, which I'm playing. I actually auditioned for the lead because she was a very intelligent, cunning character. And I was like, oh, that's my vibe. Like, that's what I play in a lot of films. Didn't get it. And then Matt was like, well, do you want to be the supporting girl? And I was like, she's Southern and goofy and innocent. And he was like, it's a challenge. And I was like, sure, bring it on.
Let me ask this, because this is a two-parter. Is there a genre of film that you won't act in, which is number one? And number two, is there a specific type of role that you will not do?
I don't think there's any genres I wouldn't do. If you'd asked me this like 6 months ago, I would have said comedy, but then I had such a great time shooting Trailer Trash and realized that I can do comedy. Role I won't do. I tried to stay away from roles that are just like, I don't want to say exploitive, but like the only purpose of this character being here is for her body and for her looks. She has no plot. I try to stay away from that because I've seen people fall down that rabbit hole. And then you're just like only cast to be like the tits. And I try to stay away from that because that can't happen. There are people that happens to, and I'm not letting that happen to me, because there are a few people that have reached out and been like, this film is just all about strippers and Christmas. And I'm like, no, like, what's the plot? So
you won't do that because you feel like
I won't do that because I don't want to only be looked at for a body.
Well, I was going to
remember I can act.
I was going to say because you have more value than that.
Yeah, because I'm here as an act. There are people that like only do roles like that because that's what they love. That's what they do. Whatever their background is, they love to showcase what they got. But I value my acting abilities over just having a body personally. So I will give those roles to the people that want those roles because I don't want to fall into just being like, oh, shoot, we need somebody who's going to get this type of viewer to watch this scene. Like, you know, So I don't accept roles that are like that.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
That's not to say I don't do like intimacy or nudity, but for me, I'm very picky about how it serves the plot.
In what way? Like, what do you mean by that?
If it feels pointless, like it's like if a sex scene is thrown in a movie and it just feels like it doesn't serve the plot in any way and it's just there to get attention, then I don't do it. But if it's there and it provides the character either a character background or character growth or it's a big moment in the plot, then I'll do it. Yeah. So basically, it just needs to like aid the character and aid the story.
Nice.
Same with nudity. Like if it's like a scene that's she's just running naked to have somebody be naked, no. But I did a film where I had to be in a shower and it was supposed to look like I was going to get killed. So like that obviously serves the plot because I'm in a shower and it's aiding the horror element of the movie because it's building tension. Yep. So in that case, it's helping the story.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So I don't do it if it's just there to kind of get like attention and views.
Okay. Now, one last question before we get into something really cool. You said that you are a teacher for theater for fourth graders. Has your students ever seen any of your work?
Nope. I actually have to go by a different name because my boss, I'm a contractor. I work for a theater company and we do what we call residencies at low-income schools that don't have funding for arts programs. And I go by Miss Joe. No one knows my last name. No one knows my full first name because of some of the films I've been in. A lot of them are rated R. And I just mentioned I've done like nudity and stuff. And I will get fired if my kids my kids go to home and tell their parents. That's my worst nightmare is a kid going home and being like, look at what my teacher's in. And it's just like, like, no. So those kids, a lot of kids, they know I act because sometimes I have kids that are like, why are you here? And I'm like, cause I'm an actor. Okay. Tell us what you've been in. And I'm like, movies, period. So they know I act, they know I do movies, but no, they have not until I'm in something that I think is appropriate enough for them. Like they could watch the Ghostbusters short. They can watch that.
So anything that's like PG, you're like, okay, yeah, I can tell you about that.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that, we're not going to tell you.
Almost everything I've been in, it's like if it's not, they're usually they've all got swearing or something that I don't want a 10-year-old seeing.
I get that. But let me ask you this. Let me paint you a picture. Say, for example, you did a movie where it's like an adaptation of the 1984 original film of The Karate Kid, knowing that it had like, it had references like, violence because there's martial arts action in there. There were some profanity terms. At one point in the scene, you saw one of the members of Cobra Kai like in the bathroom stall rolling up a joint. You know what I mean? I mean, would you allow your students to see that, or would that be one of those things where it's like, no, we got to put a halt on that?
I think it depends on what my character's doing. Because if my character was the one in the bathroom rolling the joint, then probably no. But if I'm just like one of the members, and like I would up to parents' discretion. I just don't want, because I don't know how well kids can discern person from character or like actor from character. I don't want a kid to see a character of mine like drinking or like smoking and then be like, oh my God, that's my teacher. So it depends on what my character's doing. I think for me, it's like if it's rated PG, just get their parents' permission and maybe have a talk with the kids. That's like, I've actually already had this talk with my kids that like character is not you. I had a kid that refused to play the bad guy in our show because she's not a bad person. And I was like, well, it's different because it's not you. But
yeah, because you're portraying
that's
a
a
character.
big thing for a kid to understand.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, dun 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 dun. This is the point or the part of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience where I take my guest, in this case, Jordan Hundley, to throw them into the greatest segment / challenge of them all, which is our very world famous rapid fire challenge round. Yay!
Woo!
So this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. For those that are new to this and are just hearing it for the first time, I'll explain. For those that know about it, then you already know the deal. I will take Jordan and ask her a series of random questions. Now, it could be like true false questions. It could be multiple choice. It could be realistic questions. It could be questions that involve a lot of nerdism and so forth. Maybe sports. I don't know. We'll see when we come across that bridge and we'll jump off it. We won't know. And she's just going to answer truthfully. So cool. I'm going to give like some examples. If I said, to Jordan, like, hey, between Coke and Pepsi, what's your favorite beverage? She could just say like, hey, Coke, because it's the OG. It was the one that started the cola, craze way back in the day. So that's my take on it. If I asked her, okay, what is if you were to base your life out of something of these options, what would it be? A, the odd numbers, or B, the even numbers? She'd probably be like B, because, when it's even, it's all connected and all connected evenly, rather than it being a little weird abstracty shape that's only like an odd number of points. It doesn't work for me. And I'd be like, okay. I could ask her a true and false question, like, Jordan, true or false? You like to watch NBA basketball? False. No, I'm not much of a basketball person. Soccer was it for me, and that's good, but I don't watch basketball. So, Jordan, are you ready to take on the rapid fire challenge?
I am ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. You heard it live. So here we go, in no particular order. All right. My life is either A, an Apple iPhone, or B, an Android phone.
Apple.
Yes! We love her. We love her already, folks. No Android.
No explanation. It's just Apple.
Team Apple all the way, baby. Team Apple.
My iPad, my phone, and my watch all within grasp on my MacBook.
It's just so. Here's the thing. To all those that are saying, oh, Apple sucks and iPhone sucks. Look, you got your preference. We got ours. I just think that Apple made it a little bit easier. It syncs a lot easier with all the other Apple devices. And, maybe we pay a little bit more, but the quality, I believe, is top notch.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Let's see. If I had to choose between A, McDonald's, B, Burger King, C, Wendy's, where would I go?
I want to say A, McDonald's, because I haven't had Wendy's in probably 15 years, and I don't like Burger King.
You don't like Burger King? Really?
I don't eat red meat. So I only get chicken wherever I go, and I like McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I haven't had Burger King's chicken nuggets in probably also 15 years, though. I just don't eat much fast food except like Taco Bell.
Really?
I love Taco Bell.
What's your opinions on Chipotle?
I actually don't like Chipotle, and I think everything there gives me heartburn. Every single item at Chipotle gives me heartburn.
Oh my God.
I love Qdoba. I love Moe's. I think it's because every single salsa at Chipotle has an insane amount of salt and acidity in it. So every time I eat Chipotle, I just get crazy heartburn for like hours.
Oh man.
So I haven't had it in 2 years.
Oh, man, I'm crying.
It's because
I
like the spicy salsa they have, but it's so bad. It kills me.
Okay. Between the primary colors of yellow, blue, and red, my favorite color is
red.
Obviously. Everybody seems now these days they're saying red's the one.
I like it.
I like blue. It's just a more of a calming looking color.
Yeah, I like red.
Okay.
I'm a red. I got red hair. I'm a red fan.
Okay. If Jordan Hundley was to study a martial art, what martial art would she study?
You said kickboxing?
No outside help or interference there, buddy.
It's funny because last week I was like, I'd love to learn to kickbox, but also I think karate. Growing up, every single one of my friends did karate, and my parents never signed me up for karate or taekwondo or any of that. So probably karate, because that's what my best friend did.
Okay. Would you be open to doing a movie where you were to do a fight scene and a stunt?
Yes. Amityville Barbie has both.
Okay.
So I will be doing both.
Okay. If Jordan Hundley actually did a fight scene with Jackie Chan, who do you think would have won that one?
Jackie Chan, he would beat my ass.
I don't know. Jackie's getting a little bit slower now for being approaching 70 now.
Yeah, he's trained and I'm not.
He's not
just be like one chop.
He's not a spring chicken like how he used to be. Okay. Chinese food or Japanese food or Korean?
Japanese food.
Okay. Japanese food or Korean barbecue?
Japanese food, sushi.
Wow.
Again, I don't eat red meat, so I don't go eat Korean barbecue much because the all-you-can-eat price is stupid for only eating chicken and seafood. Because I'm not going to go to we have so many Korean barbecue places where I am too, but every time we go, it's like $40 and I don't eat the thing that is worth $40.
You know what? I do eat Korean barbecue. There's this place over near me called Iron Age.
Oh, we have an Iron Age in Centerville.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. That's definitely a good bang for your buck. Even if you had the chicken dishes, like the spicy chicken or the lemon chicken or the soy chicken, or even like you said with the seafood options.
I love seafood.
Or the grilled vegetables. You still get your money's worth. Even
I have to eat a lot of it to get my money's worth, but yeah, I just haven't been in years because every time I want to go to an all-you-can-eat thing like that, I usually go to sushi or hot pot because I love hot pot.
I never tried hot pot.
I love hot pot. I like making a sauce. I'm a sauce girl.
Okay. If there was a country or anywhere around the world that you would want to go and you know that you can go there because price was not an issue, where would you book your ticket to?
Thailand.
Thailand, really?
I want to go to Thailand. Yeah, my cousin spent 8 years there. He taught English, and just the pictures and the videos he posts, it's so gorgeous, and I love Thai food. It'd be somewhere in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
One of those islands. I would kill to go to Southeast Asia. Or the Philippines. Yeah.
Next thing you're going to tell me that you want to go to Vietnam.
Actually, my best friend growing up was from Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. If there's one stereotype that they say about acting that is possibly true, what is the stereotype?
That's true?
Mm-hmm.
Probably that we're good liars.
Okay.
Because it's in our craft.
Name one stereotype about acting which is not 100% true.
That we're two-faced, that we're always lying, that we're never truthful. Because I remember seeing a video online and it was probably some insecure guy, but he was like, if you're dating an actor, then leave because they're never telling the truth and they're always cheating on you. And I was like, what?
I thought you were going to say the stereotype that's not true is that, because we've been in movies and film, we're rich and we have a lot of money.
Oh, that's another one, that we're all rich. Yeah, no.
Sorry, guys, not in the local circuit. Not in the local circuit.
I would be teaching if I was rich.
If I was in Hollywood, working with the likes of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, yeah.
That, or also that it's easy.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, If there was a food dish that you know that you can make in the kitchen that's bulletproof, what is the food dish that you can make?
So like one I can already make.
Yes.
I don't know. My brain just said a grilled cheese, but that's a really bad answer.
That's not really
Actually,
bad.
I would say chocolate cake. I'm good at baking.
What? No way.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to taste some of that of your baking abilities
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say I can bake.
Okay. Do you believe in life that, the glass is half full or is it half empty?
I want to say I believe it's half full, but I am a pessimist. I've been trying really hard for like 5 years to break it. But I've always just been a pessimist, and I always say like, oh, I'm a realist. I'm a pessimist. But I try to believe the glass is half full.
Here's another philosophical question. If you were there to see something happen and nobody else was there to see it but you, did it really happen?
Yes.
Why?
Because I saw it. I actually don't know, because now my brain is like, no, it didn't, because you're making it up. But now I don't know. My brain's going back and forth. I would say yeah, because I feel like if only I saw it and I say it didn't happen, then I'm invalidating myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being that you have been an actress on the stage, name 3 of your favorite plays.
Midsummer Night's Dream, King Lear, Dance Nation.
Wow, 2 of them were Shakespeare.
2 of them are Shakespeare. I am dearly in love with both of them. I have a tattoo for Midsummer because I've done that show 3 times. I love that show. I've never gotten to do King Lear because every character's old, but that's my favorite Shakespeare show. And Dance Nation was the last play I ever did in college. I played a 13-year-old dancer.
You have a tattoo?
I have 4.
What? Where?
I have a Shakespeare tattoo. I have a tattoo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I have a semicolon and I have a Clockwork Orange tattoo.
Do you have a tattoo that's visible?
I have one's on my ankle, the semicolon's on my wrist.
Okay, there.
Clockwork Orange is on my rib cage, and the JoJo's tattoo is like right on my hip.
Oh wow! Did that actually hurt getting the one on the wrist?
This one did not hurt. My most painful one was my hip.
My most painful one was on my ribs.
See, my ribs didn't hurt that bad, but my ribs is like fine line wording, so I don't think it was that bad. My hip one is black work. Like, it's thick black script. It's big. It hurt so bad.
I gotcha. All right, here's a fun one. As we may know, there is a very famous monument in South Dakota, Mount Rushmore, where there are 4 famous figures of American history, mainly presidents. If you were to create your own Mount Rushmore, but a Mount Rushmore of, the greatest films of all time,
Ooh.
what movies would be on that Mount Rushmore? Yes, animated movies can be in there too.
Okay. Clockwork Orange, because even though it's so messed up, it is such a pivotal point in cinema. I did my final on that film, so that's why I have the tattoo for it. That film it's so crazy important. That honestly, I watched Nosferatu 2 days ago. Nosferatu gets on the list because that film is so good. Goodfellas.
Oh, I love Goodfellas. Yeah.
And the last one's hard. My brain is going between Django Unchained and Bullet Train.
Wait, Bullet Train with Wesley Snipes?
No, the new one that had Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brad Pitt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go Django Unchained.
Yeah, that was a good
My last one. I love Tarantino. I wish he wasn't such a weird person in real life. Because I hate saying like I love Tarantino, but I love his work.
I think that the best people that, directors that do great movies are the ones that are a little out there.
I was gonna say, yeah, because Kubrick is kind of the same way. Kubrick's a little mean in real life. So all the best ones are. They're quirky, to say the least.
Favorite animated movie?
Animated movie? I love Hercules.
Really?
Yeah, but I was in college. I used to visit kids' hospitals, and I'd go as Meg from Hercules. So my opinion might be a little skewed because of that. I also love Up.
Oh, I love Up.
Yeah.
I love Up.
Or Inside Out 2, actually, is also up there. The new Inside Out.
Okay. Let's go to the nerd realm.
Okay.
DC versus Marvel. Who would win?
Marvel.
Why?
All their superheroes are better. And it might be because most of them are newer, so they were drawing on a lot of the DC comics. But I think, well, it's hard because I could say like Superman is one of the most powerful superheroes, but like he's kind of it for DC. Like DC's got him and Batman.
Well,
don't say that. I don't like the Flash. He's yelling the Flash at me. I just like Marvel better. I think because Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful beings of any comic ever.
Okay.
I also just like Marvel's movies a lot better. Well, I used to. They suck now.
Here's the funny one. Your place is on fire and it's burning down to the ground, and you can only save 3 things. What would you save?
My cat, my MacBook, and what's my third one? Probably like my TV. We just have a really big TV, and I feel like this.
Wow.
I was gonna say my boyfriend's PC, but he would grab that because that's the most expensive thing in our apartment is his PC.
You were gonna say me.
I assume you would run out by yourself. He said, "I thought you'd save me."
Good gosh. Wow. All
You
right.
can burn.
He got the fatality in Mortal Kombat, guys. Scorpion burned him. It's like, ah!
He couldn't run out himself.
Oh my
Well, if he
goodness.
can't run out himself, then I guess him and my cat.
All right, here's a deep one. If you knew then what you know now in the world of acting, then what would you have done differently?
I would have started film a lot sooner.
Okay.
Like I would have started film either at the beginning of college or even before. Like started auditioning and learning about it. Because I found that I'm a lot more comfortable. It's just crazy because I acted on stage for 10 years, but I'm more comfortable acting on film. And I think I'm a lot better at acting on film than I am on stage. Just because my personality is not as huge as stage needs to be. So it was a lot of work to act on stage. So I wish, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have started film a lot sooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If there is a dream role that you would like to portray in film, what would that dream role be?
So again, maybe just because I just watched it, but Ellen in Nosferatu would be awesome. Her range is crazy. Or Uma Thurman's character in Kill Bill.
Ooh.
Those are so different. I would love to have been in Kill Bill. I think I would have slayed
Uma
that.
Thurman in Kill Bill. Dude, I mean, hey, I'm not mad at that selection. I think that's pretty
She's
awesome.
so awesome. All those movies are awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh my God. You picked a good one there. You picked a real good one there, especially with that. Yeah. I think that Uma Thurman was a lot harder in Kill Bill 1 than Kill Bill 2. Something about Kill Bill 1, I feel like
That movie's so crazy. I love it.
that was the one for me.
I like the first one a lot better than the second one.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, and I think it goes back to saying the stereotype in movies is that, the first one is always going to be the better one. But when there's going to be like a sequel, it's never going to be as good as the first one.
Yeah.
So
Usually.
if you were to give advice to the next generation when it comes to acting, what kind of advice would you give them?
Never draw from real experiences.
Really?
That's how you hurt yourself. There's a difference in being like, so I'm a fan of the technique where you just put yourself in the shoes of the character and you use empathy to find that emotion. So like if I'm playing a character and her dog dies, I'm going to go, oh my God, what would I feel like if I had this dog for 10 years and it died? Use that emotion rather than Jordan Hundley, had a pet die when I was 2, or not 2, older than that. I had a pet die in the last 2 years. I'm going to use that emotion for this character because you are now meshing two worlds that if you're going to stay okay up here, you need to keep distinct. Your life and your characters need to be distinct for you to stay okay. Because if they're not, that's when you fall into like the mindset of people that do method acting, and it is so unhealthy and dangerous. You can really hurt yourself if you use, or like even worse, like my character's dad dies. Instead of being like, how would I feel if I'm this character and my dad died? Let me draw that. Like use empathy to draw that emotion rather than, oh my God, my dad died in real life. Let me draw up all of these emotions from my own life and now use it for that character. Now you're blending the two together and it's unhealthy. So never do that. There are some acting schools that teach you to do that. I am fortunate. I went to an acting school that taught me how unhealthy it was. Same with like method acting. Never method act. You're just going to hurt other people and yourself. You're going to lose yourself, basically. You need to keep yourself and your characters always need to be on two different worlds.
Okay.
Like, that's not to say you can't use elements of yourself in a character, but never should I think emotions should never mix.
Gotcha.
Because that's when you accidentally dig up trauma in yourself that you didn't mean to do.
Okay. Here's a hypothetical one. If Jordan Hundley was going to be a director and she was in charge of choosing actors for her next film project, how would she decide who would actually be casted in her project versus the people that didn't make it?
Like, how would I choose? I've cast a few things in my life. I did a play. I directed plays in college, and I helped Matt cast Quattro and Following. And casting for me comes down to two things. One is how well do you fit the character as written? How well did you fit the writer's vision? But two, how are you as a person? Because you might be the perfect actor, but if you're an insufferable person, I don't want you on set. So I think it's a healthy mix of you fit the vision of the character, because I'm never going to say the best actor gets the role, because sometimes the best actor might not be what we envisioned. Like if the best actor, if we're casting a guy that is supposed to be kind of nerdy, but there's this one guy that's awesome actor, great actor, but he's a big burly guy, he might be the best actor in the room, but he doesn't fit the character. So yeah, it's likeness to the character as written or character as perceived, and energy that you bring to set. Because if you bring negative energy, I don't want you.
Where do you see the local DMV film industry? Like, let's say 5 or 10 years from now, where do you see it?
Oh God, I have no idea. I feel like I haven't been in it long enough to see any progression, really. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, where do you hope that it will be in 5 to 10 years?
Bigger than it is now. Not bigger in terms of like, we don't need more, but I hope the quality keeps working. I hope that people are able to get more and more funding.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of our films, the reason we struggle with funding is because we're using each other. Like a lot of films, the only people donating are other filmmakers, which is just a really hard place to be in because they need money for their films. So it's almost like it's like a give and receive, but it's like, I hope in 5 to 10 years that the pool of donors and funding is a lot bigger, so that we can make higher quality stuff.
Do you believe in the philosophy that actors should help other actors rather than dragging each other down?
Yes. I think it's a tough enough mentally. 90% of the time you're going to get rejected. So I think most of us already have a tough enough time in this industry as it is, because we've had to come to terms with so much rejection and so much loss that I think it's doing a disfortune to us to also drag each other down, because we need to have each other's backs.
Right on.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now in terms of your acting?
Hopefully in I hope to one day be able to support myself acting and not have to like have acting as a side job. But I can like, I'm fortunate right now that with the way my job works is like I can take off 2 days easily and act. Like I found like a few weeks ago I did a PSA for the U.S. Army. I found out on Monday that I was needed Wednesday, Thursday all day, and I was able to go do that. And those are the type of roles that actually pay because it was funded by the government. So I'm hoping that in 5 to 10 years I have enough of those getting booked, or that the films I'm doing are higher budget and I'm able to make enough where I don't have to also have the day job. Because it is an exhausting lifestyle, working like 5 days a week and then doing film for 20 hours on the weekend. Or like over the summer, I was working summer camps and then I was going straight to set for like 6 hours. So I was like getting up at 7, working to 4, and then driving to Silver Spring. This is when I was shooting Last Shift for like 3 weeks straight. I was in Silver Spring from like 5 to 2 and I would do it all again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Silver Spring.
Yeah, we were shooting in Silver Spring and then I drive back to Fairfax. So hopefully supporting myself acting.
Oh, right on. Right on. Got a couple of more questions. Apple Music or Spotify?
I use Spotify right now, but that's also because I'm under my family's plan, so I don't pay for it.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, hey, that's you get it as what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I rather be on, like, let's say Spotify on a family plan and knowing it's covered.
Yeah, exactly. Paying for my own Apple Music.
Yeah, been paying for my own account, and I'm like, oh, I don't have $11 a month to do that, so no. Okay. You go ahead and you receive an invitation where you actually are invited to go ahead and eat dinner at a very exclusive James Beard award-winning 3-star restaurant. You get over there and you see the table with your name on it, but you also know that you have 3 additional available spots. So, knowing that you have 3 available spots, who would you invite? And here's the kicker. There could be people that you know. There could be people that you don't know. They could be somebody who is famous. It could be somebody that is not famous. It could be somebody that is living. It could be somebody that's deceased.
Okay.
The only caveat is you cannot bring your significant other as the guest. So, who would you bring? 3 guests.
Ooh. I can't bring Charlie. Sorry, bud. My twin sister.
Nice.
I'm tempted just to say my parents. I'm gonna be more picky than that. Michelle Obama, because I want to talk to her.
Oh, okay.
Hear her talk. I feel like she'd inspire me. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. RBG.
Nice.
That's my pick.
2 women that are
Skylar and 2 female politicians in a justice and a politician.
Two women that have like a lot of pull in the world, or had a lot of pull.
Very influential, amazing women. Yeah.
And your twin sister. That's not bad. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Now here's some side questions with that question. What would you ladies talk about? And how do you think
the world?
How do you think that conversation would go?
Hopeful.
Yeah. And what would you have on the menu for you?
I love pasta, so some sort of fancy pasta dish.
Okay.
That, or like the best cut of sea bass, because that's my favorite fish.
Okay. I like that. If Jordan of today actually saw Jordan from many years ago growing up, what would Jordan of today tell that younger Jordan?
Stop being crazy. Don't cut your hair. Stop getting piercings. Life doesn't suck. Stop being emo. That's what she'd say.
Okay.
Get the fuck out.
Wow.
Or go to therapy. Do it.
Okay.
I look back on myself and I'm like, should have gotten into therapy 4 years sooner than I did. It's funny, I talk about stop getting piercings. I still have most of my piercings, but I had a lot more at one point.
Yeah,
I had like dark short hair.
I've seen the pictures of, obviously the nose piercing, and
this one's still in. I took this one out. I took a bunch of these out.
Yeah, I did see on Key 13 Films that on your picture.
Oh, I still had my septum ring then.
Yeah, you had a septum ring.
Yeah, I took it out recently.
Okay.
No role ever wanted me with it, and it's such a pain to take in and out that I was like, screw it, it's gone. I've had it for 4 years.
You didn't even want to just like kind of invert it in?
That's what I was doing, and it started to get it was just irritating. Like I couldn't you can't blow your nose with it up. And I've been sick a lot this year because I'm teaching for the first time, so all the kids keep making me sick. So yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay. All right. Couple more questions. Let me see. Favorite color on a car?
Car?
Mm-hmm.
I really like the trend lately with white cars with the black top. And that's what I have. So I might just be saying that because I own that. Either that or I really like the maroon. Like the dark red. Okay.
That's an interesting choice, but I'm okay with it. What are your philosophies in The Successful Actor in terms of like what is to you a successful actor? Like what must one do in order to be successful as an actor?
Acting full time for me. To say at least in my like what I would consider myself a successful actor is when I'm supporting myself acting. For other people though, I might be different. Like if they never want to just be only acting, they're like 9 to 5 and acting on the side, then for them it's just if you're succeeding, what's making you happy? If you're acting to the point that you're content, you are successful in my mind.
Gotcha. What do you think about the power of social media, good or bad?
Both. I think cancel culture is so crazy. And I hate every day when I open TikTok and it's like, so-and-so has been canceled for wearing this color. Like, what? No. But I also think it's really powerful in networking. That's how for me, it's been crazy for networking and getting my name out in a way that I never thought was possible. Yeah. So good and bad.
How important is mental health?
Crazy. Very important. I didn't take it seriously until I got older. I wish I took it more seriously in high school. I didn't start taking it seriously until like sophomore year of college. And I should have sooner because I found out I have OCD. So growing up, everyone was just like, oh, Jordan's just such like a hard ass. Jordan's just always crazy. No, I just had crippling OCD and was undiagnosed. So crazy important. Mental health's important. People need to take breaks and they need to take breaks. Need to advocate themselves. Yeah, I think everyone should have a therapist, somebody to talk to.
Final question. When it's all said and done, what kind of legacy does Jordan Hundley want to leave out in the world?
I want to have been, on one hand, it's like I want to help people, but I want to help people through storytelling. That's my specific thing. Because I don't just say I'm an actor, I say I'm a storyteller. Because I do stage play, I act, I write, I dramaturg. So I want to help people through the power of storytelling. I want to tell stories that help. So nice. I want to have a good influence.
Nice. Well, I think that in terms of everything that we needed to do, that about wraps it up. I think that you did pretty well with, not only the rapid fire challenge, but this was a real good interview. And again, I got to shout out to Matt L. Anderson for the referral. I think it was really awesome that he said, yeah, you should interview Jordan. She's a nice person. I think that you definitely would get, a lot out of it. And I think for that reason and that reason alone, not only myself, but, the listening audience probably got a lot out of it.
I hope.
Nice. Well, this is the part of the podcast where I allow my guests to have the floor, and they can talk about like, upcoming stuff that they're involved in. They can promote their social media pages, like, whether if they're on IG or whatever. They can give, a quick shout out to anybody that they like, or, somebody that is worth mentioning. And, or if they just want to, leave a final thought or a message. So I'm going to put myself, on the quiet side, and I'm just going to let you have the floor and do what you do best.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'll keep this short and sweet. Follow me on Instagram, Jordan Hundley 13, JordanHundley 13. Or on Facebook, Jordan Hundley. I use Instagram more, but everyone uses Facebook, so I guess Facebook. I feel like I'm too young for Facebook. I also have a website, JordanHundleyActor.com. Check it out. That's where I post all my reels and all the upcoming stuff I do. In terms of shouting out films, be on the lookout for Matt Anderson's and Key 13 Studios following in Quattro funding. I think it's like it might already be up. If not, it's going back up super soon. Fund that, please. Those films are super awesome. Following is amazing. And yeah, final message: do good unto the world. Love each other. Stop hating everything and everyone, please. Everyone, just love each other. Yay! Also, shout out Matt for recommending me for the show because I love talking.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, yeah, and again, you did pretty well. Like, was this your first like podcasting experience ever?
No, I've done a few, but most of those have been like themed. Like one of them, we just reviewed movies together, and I like barely talked about myself. So I'd say this is the one where I've talked about myself the most. Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
So that's your first time just for you being you, and you can do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, I definitely appreciate the fact that, you spent some time with us to, talk about yourself and, to, share your, your pearls of wisdom and so forth. I think that it was time well spent. And I thought that, it was, from another actor to another actor, I always feel like we can always learn something from each other. And I learned a lot. There was some things that, I definitely will take from this episode and be like, wow, she said that. That was cool. Like, that was really cool. And I think that I may start to implement that, especially in my seasoned aged, but hey, you can still teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? And he can still use it. It's just the question of, is he going to use it? And if so, how will he implement it? So I definitely want to thank you for your time and and just hanging out with us. You have an open invitation to come back anytime that you want. If you want to talk more about, what you're up to, or just talk about certain themes, or if you just want to be a special guest host, just because you want to be a special guest host, you got the invitation. It's all good.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to probably wrap it up here. I didn't think that it was going to go as swimmingly as it did, but it certainly did. And, I enjoyed every moment of this. This was cool. Like, this is the reason why, guys, I say again, I do this for you guys. This is not for me, even though it is a part of my creativity, but, I mainly do it for you guys. You asked, I'm going to try to deliver like dominoes. You know what I mean? I try to get it in 30 minutes or less. Let me go ahead and do some of the closing show notes. You would think after, 3 seasons going on a 4th season that I have mastered the art of closing this down. No, I didn't. It's sad, but we're going to go for it. Check your boy out. I am on Facebook. Just go under the search box, the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. Please follow it. We are also on Instagram and on Twitter, now known as X. You can follow me. The tag name is TKHPC Experience, all in one word, lowercase letters. You follow me, I will follow you back. Your boy is on 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasting platforms. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We are on Amazon Music. We are on YouTube Music and Audible, which is powered by Amazon, which is not only a podcasting platform, but a platform for all audiobooks. And if you want a free trial membership subscription to Audible, go to audible.com. You can go ahead and fill out your information to have a trial membership. I do believe as of right now, it is 1 free week. So try it out for 7 days. If you like it, you can go ahead and keep it, and it's $15 a month. If you don't like it, you can cancel it right away, and there's no financial obligation. But just do me a favor. If you have Spotify, please give us a 5-star ranking. If you have Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star ranking and a positive written review. Reason being, if you do that a lot for us through those podcasting platforms, then our podcast will be on the top of the list of, featured podcasts. And there could be somebody like, yo, that's the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. Mary was telling me about this. I should like it and subscribe to it. Yes. Like the podcast, subscribe to it on all of its podcasting platforms, and please spread the word, whether if it's on your social media pages, like I mentioned, or, in person, like, tell your friend, tell your aunt, your uncle, tell your family member, tell your coworker, let them know, because it is a form of brand awareness, and sharing is caring. We want to do that. And last but not least, here's the deal. If you guys want to be a special guest, if you want to be a special guest host, if you have any constructive criticisms, or if you find me in a situation where I do my solo episodes with nobody in as my guest, you can participate in my question and answer form. So, go ahead and email me, the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience at gmail.com. Whatever the subject is, put it under the subject box, and in the body, fill in whatever it is that you need to fill in. Send that email out to me. Within a day or two, I will have already read it, and I will already respond back to you, because I do like those forms of communication. That being said, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. It has been great. It is awesome. 2025 is going to be amazing, guys. If you didn't think it was, you're in for a great ride, and we're going to take this to new heights that you never even thought imaginable. I mean, we will still do solo, projects where I get solo episodes. We will still have guests on our show. We may have special guest hosts where we'll talk about some stuff and shoot the crap. And we will have our brand new episode minis. All that you want of an episode full length in a 10-minute or less form, maybe 11 minutes. But hey, we're giving it for you guys. We're doing it for you. We're giving you variety, and it's going to be awesome. So be safe out there, guys. Be happy. Do all the right things in life, because it doesn't do us any good if you do something bad to yourself and you land in a pine box and get buried 6 feet under. We don't want that to happen to you guys, because we love you guys. We care about you. We think that you can do it, because we think that you're worth it. If anybody else tells you that you're not worth it, you can give them the finger, and you can tell them to go kiss off, because, there's no room for that type of negativity in the lives of any person, not just you, but any person. So trust and believe, guys, that you are worth all that, plus a bag of chips and a whole lot more. So for the one time, coming in over in the Wasabi Studio over in Lansdowne, Maryland, for my awesome guest, Jordan Hundley, who, the woman that has the plan and that can, make your movie project that much better. This is your boy, Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, the host with the most, the man with the plan, the man that brings the power less than the hour. That's so good that, I deserve to have my name mentioned twice in one setting, saying thank you. God bless y'all. We love you. And you know what? We're going to do it again real soon. Best believe we're going to do it again, and it's going to be awesome. So I got to go. Thank you. And we are out. Peace.